heed the following advice to help and perhaps perfect your survival abilities. Be aware that the AI director is an invisible omnipresence, meaning each location is never the same twice. Sometimes areas are devoid of foes, and sometimes there are masses of them. Sometimes cars have alarms to avoid, and occasionally routes change, such as the cemetery through the parish. The infected were once humans, and shooting the head of a foe fortunately yields the same messy results as you would expect if you aimed at a human. Aim for the heads of every enemy you can, even the mutated with half-hidden craniums, such as the tank. Blowing off arms slows down foes, but may not kill them.
Reloading!
The melee shove or strike is a key offensive maneuver, and sometimes the only way to prevent yourself from being swarmed. Knock back the foe, allowing you to reload or aim more easily at an enemy that charged you. Also use this on jockeys and boomers, or if you're being pestered during a reload. Newly acquired melee weapons provide incredibly potent tools for fighting foes in close quarters. They take the place of your pistol, but as your main weapon is ranged, this isn't a disadvantage, especially as melee weapons easily cut, bludgeon, or slice down groups of infected. Getting lost is always a problem, especially in the gloom of the swamps or dilapidated Milltown. Not to worry though, there are visual cues that light your way. Move to areas where there is a light source, whether that's a flaming barrel, porch light, or a floodlight near a generator. These mark the route to take. Without a compass, it can be easy to get lost in the mazes of streets and buildings or the swampy forest. Therefore, it is wise to rely on more than a good sense of direction. Spy an outhouse, vehicle, structure with a sign on it, stone arch or obelisk, or even the position of the sun, and use these to guide your team. Be warned, there are many places across the campaigns where you have to fall or move into a subsequent area, and accessing this new zone means you can't return to a previous location as the route is blocked or inaccessible. Be sure all your team drops down at once, as you can't return to rescue stragglers waylaid by enemies. Beware of ledges, balconies, and locations with no safety barrier, as these are incredibly dangerous as you can be shoved off, becoming incapacitated, or plummeting to a messy death. Also remember, shallow waters slow you down. Dense foliage is difficult to navigate or find friends in, and carnival games are only a fun diversion if your friends are guarding you from a flank attack. Communicate with your team. You don't want to throw a pipe bomb at the same time that someone else does, just as you don't want to run in front of someone firing a grenade launcher. Use a microphone and quickly relay factual information without too much chatter, or face being outmatched at every turn. Standing around to battle foes usually results in a protracted battle, with your team being eventually overwhelmed. If you languish in an area for too long, expect additional waves of foes, so continuously push forward to your next safe zone, but don't separate or you'll be picked off easily.